It does look like people are now talking about a once hallowed PlayStation exclusive title heading over to the Xbox platform, which could signal there are some major changes ahead. But let's break that all down up next. What's going on, guys? It's Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. So, as per usual, before we get into today's news, I want to shout out each and every one of you guys. Thank you. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers here on this channel. I think we're around 940. That's pretty good to see. So hopefully by the end of the year, we hit that number and we keep on moving. Speaking of moving, the news cycle continues to chug right along this week, and it seems to focus on PlayStation. We talked earlier this week about the PS5 Pro, we got some rather exciting news about a potential PSP in the future, and now it looks like a major PlayStation exclusive game, or should I say games, might be coming over to the Xbox platform, or should I say multiple platforms in the future. Now to kind of lay the groundwork here, recently Square Enix has had a change of heart, especially as it pertains to their exclusivity rights for Final Fantasy and its relation with PlayStation. Now we all know the reasoning behind this specific move is the money, and how in one point in time, Square Enix was gating off what would be giant pools of money that could be made if they put their games on a few more platforms. In the past as well, Square Enix, at the very least, wants to get Final Fantasy XVI on the Xbox platform, and they even went as far to tease it multiple times throughout the year. But that does leave the Final Fantasy VII remakes with a giant question mark that now looms over them. And it does pertain to that specific exclusivity that PlayStation may hold over them. Now, whether or not PlayStation locked down the whole trilogy is yet to be seen, of course, but recently Square Enix made it loud and clear they have moved on from PlayStation exclusivity. And that all comes from the Final Fantasy VII Remakes director, and here's what they had to say. Quote, "In terms of Final Fantasy VII, there's nothing we can really say at this moment, but certainly I do want to bring Final Fantasy VII and the remake series to as many players out there as possible. So we want to create a situation, that environment, where more players can play games in the future, and we want to look in that direction. It's so much more diversified now. So I think that's probably why our CEO, Mr. Curie, made that decision to move more in a direction of multi-platform. That's just the way the industry is going. This is just a personal opinion now, but I've got an Xbox myself. I think it's a great hardware platform. I do like Xbox. Now, I don't know about you, but these look like pretty strong words that could back this notion. At least at some point in time, the Final Fantasy VII remakes are coming to the Xbox platform. And when you really think about those remakes, they're only not on two lone platforms, being Xbox and Nintendo. And of course, as of right now, Rebirth isn't on the PC, but that's definitely gonna happen. Now, Nintendo to me is the odd one to think about here, especially if the Switch successor could run a game like the Final Fantasy VII remakes. Honestly, to me, that would be a pretty damn big accomplishment, especially for Nintendo. But as for an Xbox port, this seems like a matter of when, not if at this point. And I do think it's not entirely crazy to see part 3 of this trilogy launch across all platforms day one. But again, that's pending if Sony struck up a deal before Square Enix changed their mind. But as of right now, it looks like full steam ahead. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pass this one off to you guys. When do we get these remakes on other platforms? But that about does it here. I've been Kalo, I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.